Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-da-na-da. It's extra credits, right? It's that song. It's the beginning of extra credits. This is the Procrastinators podcast.
Wasn't that just like a Mario song?
Oh yeah. Wait, it's a remix. It's a. When I was I was thinking of how does some other show start? Oh yeah, that one song.
Who are you?
I'm Ben Saint. The Procrastinators podcast. The show has begun.
I'm Digi, and we have special guest GamersTavern with us.
GamersTavern.
Say what you like about pedophiles, at least they drive slowly through school zones.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's great. The first time I ever experienced being
I think
pulled
I've heard
over,
you say that. Okay.
I was riding home. This guy, the senior at my school who could drive when I was a junior, I think, lived in my neighborhood. Was like, "Yo, I'll drive you home, dog," and I was like, "Sick." And he fucking
when you say a senior, you mean a senior citizen or a student?
A student.
Okay.
A student at my school who was a senior who wanted to show off how cool he was and had a car, but could not. Obviously, too nervous to talk to any girls, except for this one, who was secretly a girl all along, a sleeper agent, but he wouldn't have known that at the time. So he was driving me home, listening to Coheed and Cambria, trying to drive fast through a fucking school zone, and gets pulled over, and we had to sit there for like half an hour. And that's when I learned that when you get pulled over, it takes fucking forever getting all your shit run up. I now have experienced it many times myself from speeding in the highway.
I think they make you wait on purpose.
I think so,
I think they deliberately take their time to fuck with you.
I always drive like a couple of miles below the speed limit because I'm terrified of being pulled over.
Well, you will never get pulled over then. So you won't have to waste half an hour and owe the government a bunch of money like I do.
You can get pulled over for driving too slow.
Well, 2 miles under is not too slow.
2 miles under. 2 miles under is not too slow. 2 miles under is not too slow. They'll think.
Just like 5 miles over is not too fast.
That's true. I'm a leadfoot. I am like prone to creeping up in the speed to be. Honestly, it's probably a good thing that I don't drive because I'm not very good at it. I've
gotten really good at driving, but the better you get at driving, the more insane your driving feels under observation. Like, as you get more comfortable with it, so then you start to be like, oh, well, like, I know I can do this. And then you're like, Jesus Christ, did I just do that? You know?
Well, I'm not very good at it either, but I do it.
That sounds like hubris.
Well, my mom drives like a psycho. She's never been in an accident. She's been driving for like 45 years. And whenever I'm riding with her, I'm just like, I mean, it feels wrong, but it looks like a movie. Like, it looks like Baby Driver or something, like...
My dad is a pretty good driver. He does a thing. He is pretty annoying because he really likes cars. Like, he's into them. So he will fucking, I don't know, flip the clutch and pull and rotate the shaft and open all flaps and drag fins and put the pedal to the metal and go like and it's like uncomfortable and like everyone else in the car is like uncomfortable, like why is this happening, and my dad's just like smugly satisfied, like I have a car that can do this.
Incredible.
It sucks.
Well, you can only drive that fast if you know what you're doing and you're really good at it. That's why I drive kind of slow.
He can parallel park like nobody I've ever met.
I'm assuming this is not the van that was later purchased by Nate for $1.
No, not so much.
That Nate
not
still
so much
to this day drives and has no air conditioning, no music.
That's right. It's funny. I forget. Yeah, the old gold Honda Odyssey.
It's a minivan. Damn. It's a full-bore minivan.
That brings back so many memories. that was the car of my childhood.
That's the car of Nate's adulthood.
What was this story about again?
Well, it's just a Nate own. My parents like had this gold minivan and like sold it to my brother when he moved or something, or maybe gave it to him. I don't know.
Well, he sold it to him for $1. Your dad sold it to Nate for $1.
That's right. That's right. He sold it for $1. That's bullshit. Bullshit.
Was it literally $1?
I don't know. They worked some kind of deal out.
Yes, for $1. Well, it's just like Nate didn't want to get it for free, so he was like, "Okay, well then give me $1."
So stupid. Whatever.
That's what happens when you live your life based on shonen manga.
That does sound like
I understand. I just always picture it as this moment in my mind where like he hands over the dollar and they're both looking at each other in that like anime like dramatic scene, like big panel, like half page spread, both of them as the dollar goes from one hand to the other,
Oh, I learned the word for that thing in anime where like it freeze frames on and it becomes like a painting.
It's called a harmony.
I heard another word for it that was named after like the guy who invented it, but I don't remember what the name was.
His name is Shichiro Kobayashi.
No, it started with a U. I don't know. Whatever.
Maybe it was named after the director Osamu Dezaki, because he's like the director who was known for doing it.
I don't know. I saw a tweet.
I know Osamu, but he's not the one that did 9/11.
Oh my god. Please. Please. Spare me. Brett, Gamers Tavern, you're a fucking cad. You're a ham. Anyone ever tell you that?
No, that's the first time I heard that.
Well, it's true. Oh god, what were we talking about? The minivan. Fuck.
Digi was talking about something, but then you went on a tangent about cars.
Yeah, we pretty much did the intro, and then like just 7 minutes of just it went, and now
7
we're
minutes
here.
in heaven. That's what happened.
Did either of you have a topic you wanted to bring at the top of the show today?
No.
Well, I kind of wanted to talk about something. I don't know if you'd find it interesting or your audience would find it interesting, but I wanted to talk about how I came to know the PCP. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, please. Everyone's got a different story about this.
Well, I'll be interested to hearing your side, and I can present my side of it.
Sure.
So who should go first?
I'll say I think the way that I always forget
the way I
how I found out about you. How I found out about you, Gamers Tavern. It was it Jesse?
I just remember Jesse
or was it someone else?
Yeah, Jesse just stumbled upon the channel and like posted it and was just like, "This is the funniest thing I've ever seen." And then Hippo was like, "This is also the funniest thing I've ever seen." And then they both like contacted him like relatively soon after that, I think, right?
Gets the Gamers Tavern. Your stuff. I'm surprised it wasn't Hippo. Your stuff seems like so much up Hippo's.
I mean,
I keep calling her Hippo. I don't know why I've fallen back to calling Gib Hippo. You see so much Gib up Gibbs alley. Yeah.
I always do it.
That's
too.
like that's. I think you have a similar sense of humor sometimes. Yep. So that's what happened. I guess it was Jesse.
I think I make the mistake because I just really loved the Hippo Crit channel. And like I always like I was so insistent on trying to call her Hypocrite to promote the Hypocrite channel, but now that's dead, so there's no reason to do that anymore. But it still lives on in my brain.
Well, I that's how I originally knew Hippo as Hippo, but then I found out later that she goes by Give and Take, right?
That was the original name. Like that was her name as a pony reviewer. And then
I saw some comments on some of my stuff under that name, and it took me a while to realize it was the same person.
Yeah.
And those comments go real far back. I think they go all the way back to 2013. So I guess Hippo knew about me for quite a while, or Gibbon.
Yeah, I just remember the two, like Jesse and Gibbon, like talking about your channel all the time because they just would quote the puns and stuff. Like,
But that's very flattering.
Yeah, it's infectious. It's infectious.
You start thinking that way after a while.
I try to do a GamersTavern impression sometimes, but I'm always embarrassed because I can't do it.
It's the voice. He's got that thick, full voice that like really draws out the most in the monotone of the joke delivery, which makes it great.
Well, it's kind of harder to do it live because I can't cut out any laughter like I can in the videos.
I thought you were gonna say silences.
Yeah, I can't do that either.
I love that you literally are laughing at your own puns as you record things.
That is really great. That's funny.
Well, that
adds a lot, actually.
That tends to happen when you try to do, comedy. Sometimes you have the line in your head and you laugh at it before you say it.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And it can be kind of difficult sometimes to get through it.
Okay.
I guess that's why stand-ups have to, they have to thoroughly practice their set to make sure that they are over the jokes before they go on stage.
Do you guys hear that? Do you keep hearing that beep sound?
A few moments later.
Okay. Mystery solved.
So,
Eleazar.
That's going to be in the recording.
No, Eleazar, put that in the bonus. Put this on the bonus episode. Put it in the secret blooper reel.
Gonna have a pretty big bonus.
But keep me saying, put it in the blooper reel, so that they know that they gotta patreon.com/procrastinators.
So that's like a bonus in your paycheck, right?
Yeah, actually, the more we cut, the more we make. It's 1-to-1. Who's fucking crunching? Who's fucking crunching? Who is that?
It's me. I'm crunching.
Who fucking
crunching, dude?
Crunching,
bro.
bro.
Tristan right now, dude. I'm crunching so fucking hard. I'm masticating, dude. I'm making a fine paste out of the breadstuffs of this wheat snack.
I had a craving for Triscuits. Yesterday.
It's reduced fat Triscuits. You know why? Because they taste exactly the same.
Yeah, reduced fat Triscuits. They're like, they have 2 grams of fat in them anyway. So it's just down to 1. It's the same shit.
I remember Ben said he wanted to do that once.
Who did?
You did. Said he wanted to crunch.
Reduce fat?
No, you wanted to open an episode by crunching.
We had a whole bonus episode that was nothing but crunching.
Oh, what a nightmare.
Were you on that one?
No, I would have probably killed myself if I had been.
It was the gimmick. I think we went for like an hour, and it was just you couldn't talk unless you had food in your mouth and were chewing it. It was so
sounds
bad.
like a good time.
All of our episodes are like that. All of our bonus episodes are a fucking blast. Do you know about the latest one we did? And I'll tell you this, not to advertise it, but because I think you would find it funny. Our last bonus episode was it's a commentary track for our first episode where it's us like listening to the first episode and commentating on it as we go, and you're supposed to play it and the first PCP episode at the same time so you can get so you have them synced up and you can hear our live reaction to it as it goes.
I think I saw you tweet that, but I wasn't sure what you were commentating.
Maybe I did.
I saw it that
It's
it was
ourselves.
a commentary track.
We actually have to do another one of those.
Yeah, I was just thinking, soon. Is that the most recent one? Because that felt like it was a while ago.
No, we recorded that just over a month ago, so we just have to do another one before the end of this month.
It's just that I went across America and back in that time, so it feels like a long time passed.
Have you talked about that on the show?
I have not really talked about it on the PCP, no. I did.
Do you want to talk about your fucking cross-country trip?
Yeah, I'm editing the documentary of it right now, and it'll probably be out probably before this.
No.
But like,
Oh, nice.
but I'll explain
Well,
it.
advertise it.
Yeah, I'll advertise it and explain it because like it's a very gonzo documentary. But basically, so the three people who have come to live in my house, named Ari, Riley, and Mint, they basically we were initially all just going to like do a tour similar to this one.
Cracking a gridlock. Open a Summit gridlock for this one.
Basically, these three people came to stay at my house temporarily with the ambition of all of us doing a tour together. And then after my previous relationship ended, then I basically was like, hey, you guys should just stay here and we'll do stuff together until we can do tours. And just get a fucking... until we can afford to like get an RV or something and go on adventures all the time. Sure. But there was already a plan for this festival that Dick Masterson of the Dick Show was... He wanted to do his own version of Burning Man, which got canceled this year because of COVID, called Burning Dick, out in the middle of the desert in a dry lake bed, across the lake bed from a rave. We had our own. It was not a
like a different rave, like an unrelated
there was just
rave?
a rave going on the other side of the lake bed, but
I see.
But we were, I don't even think ended up happening because everything got dusted out. Like when we went to this thing, it pretty much lasted like a day. And then the next day, like there was so much dusted, like everybody's tents was getting destroyed, so everybody packed it up and left. But like my party had left early anyways, because we were just on a fucking manic adventure and lots of drugs. But like, so our Gonzo adventure took us from Virginia down through Arkansas, which is where Riley's from, to stay with his grandma. And then we went to Dallas and hung out with a mysterious organization known as The Bucket, which...
Whoa, okay. Tell me about that.
I can't tell you much about The Bucket.
You can tell me a little bit.
All right. Well, The Bucket is some really cool people, really nice, really helpful, supplied us with a lot of drugs. And so...
Okay.
They were unironically extremely cool people, but some of the nicest drug people I've ever met in my entire life.
Are they like like?
Do they have a bucket list?
Like, imagine if Robin Hood gave you drugs. It's like
are they
that.
a cult?
I mean, they can be, I guess. I don't think so.
I don't know. All right.
No, I'm gonna go.
I
with
was
no.
hoping they were. Damn. Okay. Fuck.
But the bucket can be whatever you want it to be, I guess.
Okay.
So they try to have plenty of fun before they kick the bucket, right?
Exactly. Well, they're aiming to... Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. They're aiming to kick the bucket. They're aiming for that... aiming to kick the bucket in the most fun way possible. Let's put it that way.
Right on.
So we hung around the bucket for a couple days, and then we got some footage of Riley walking around with a cape, being the super spreader in Dallas.
Yeah.
So we went to California into the desert, hung out with Dick Masterson and a bunch of guys who had a lot of guns, and we shot a lot of guns at a mountain.
I saw you shooting guns.
Yeah.
I saw you shooting guns on Twitter.
Yeah, I was guided into the guns. And
that was scary. I'm afraid of weapons.
The bigger guns are so fucking heavy. I could not I basically fired like 2 or 3 times and was like, I can't even hold this thing anymore. It's fucking killing my arms.
If anyone comes at you with a gun, you need to gun it.
That's true.
I've fired a gun like one time. I think I fired at like a pistol range with the Boy Scouts or whatever.
I think depending on how far away the person is, in most circumstances, gunning it's probably a better response than trying to return fire. You know, like
well,
you got a better chance of getting away.
You got to be it's about that. It's about the spacing.
Make sure you juke.
It's about the spacing, right? You know, like it's like if you're within like 5 feet. The bad guy will get you before you pull the gun. Mm-hmm. But if you're like 15, it's like 50-50, and if 30, it's like
if you're 5 feet, you got to go straight for the nads with your leg. Just kick to the balls, bam.
Easy.
No thought.
In pure instinct.
Yeah, exactly. So we shot some guns in the desert, and then we pretty much were like, all right, well, that's all we came here to do, really. So then we went to Vegas for a stop.
Vegas sucks.
Yeah, like Riley loves Vegas because he's like, oh, this is like the last Bastille of America or whatever.
That sucks so bad.
No, everything's overpriced
No.
as fuck. Like, I mean, it's just that everything is a trap there. Like,
Yeah,
it all starts cheap and then quickly, steeply like escalates, and it's all built around like trying to trap
Vegas
you in
is
that.
cool. Vegas is cool to like walk through. Don't go in any buildings.
That's really all we did, because we basically just dropped acid and walked around on Fremont Street, which was just like too overwhelming for me.
Is that the one with like all the lights over it?
Yeah, the big sky thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was. I got too spooked too quick. We basically just like wandered around for a couple hours, then went back to the hotel room. Then did Molly, and that cured my anxiety for like 2 days. That was pretty cool.
Wow.
But like,
you remember did I tell you about the time I did Molly?
No, you did not.
I talked about it on here, but I'll say it again. Someone just offered it to me, and I was kind of drunk, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, fuck it. I don't know what this is. And what
Great mentality.
What ended up happening was no, it was funny. The guy gave it to me. I think he gave me like a half tablet, because I was like, yeah, I've never taken Molly before, and he was like, I'll just give you a half tablet then. And I was like, cool. And one of the other guys, he made like a joke about like how it can kill you or something, and the guy who gave it to me got real serious with that guy. He like scolded him. He was like, dude, no, dude, do not tell a guy that. He's getting high right now, and if you tell that, it's gonna suck for him. Like, he was like real serious about like, do not give this guy a bad time on my drugs, which I respected. I appreciated it. But all that happened was I walked home. I walked home like babbling to my friend about some shit I don't remember, and then when I got home, I thought like, man, people don't connect anymore.
Yeah.
People don't love each other.
Molly
enough.
is a very emotionally open drug.
So I walked to my neighbor's house at like 4 a.m. and started knocking on the door, because I was like, I want to say hi. I want to make friends with these people.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did tell me about that.
I think I remember.
And then the next day they came over and they were like, someone was knocking on our door last
Now
night?
that I've done the drug, I understand how that happened. I totally get it now.
Yeah.
It's a very
where you
like
told this story, but I have heard it. Must have listened to some previous episode, I guess.
It was of all the bad things that can happen when you take a drug, that was pretty mild, and I think it's funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, like so we went through Vegas, and then from there we went to Idaho, because they had all come to my house from Twin Falls, Idaho, from a different house they had been staying in, and all their stuff was there. But because we already had a lot of stuff with us for the trip, we were not able to take that much of their stuff back, which was pretty tragic. But pretty much from there, we just made like a straight beam from like we slept the night in Kansas, stayed in Arkansas for another night, and then went up to back up to Virginia. So it was like pretty breakneck. It was like 2 weeks of mostly nonstop driving to literally cross the entire fucking country in all directions. I saw every biome of America. It was pretty entertaining, honestly, even just being in the car, like listening to cool music and just looking at how different like
that sounds fun.
You know, the desert, very different vibe from the East Coast, very different vibe from the north part. I won't say that it wouldn't get old if you took the same routes over and over again, you know, but
yeah.
But I do think taking different routes for a while would be interesting. I think people like would be shocked at how close you can probably get to literally seeing all of America. Like, if you
say all of America, but like, America's a huge
it's fucking
place.
Unbelievably massive, but like so much of it you could see like when you're in Nevada, like you see for fucking miles in all directions, you know, like it's extremely open. It's mostly fucking desert, you know.
Yeah,
so
I was a long time ago I went to Vegas, and I didn't like it much. And but
yeah.
the one thing I really disliked about it that kind of depressed me is that whenever I would wake up in the morning and looked out of the window of my hotel, all I see around me is like desert. It's like you can see where the city ends and the desert begins.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
you're basically in a city in the middle of a giant desert. And it kind of felt bleak.
I had the best Korean barbecue of my life in Vegas. So it's got that going for it.
Wish I had gone to Korean barbecue. We went to a place called the Heart Attack Grill, where they have they will give you up to like a 10 patty like giant fucking burger that's literally designed to like kill you. There have been 2 deaths at this restaurant, and if you are over 350 pounds, they give you your food for free.
If you're Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You have to get up on a big scale in front of everybody and be weighed. So what I did not understand about this place. So this place from the outside, it's like, oh yeah, big food, heart attack, whatever, right? When you get inside, first of all the waitresses are dressed as nurses. Everything is themed around a hospital, and it's all like shame play. Because if you don't finish your food, then they spank you in front of everyone, like with a paddle. So the whole place is like some weird like fetish thing. It was bizarre.
Based.
I was not into it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, but if they advertise,
it was fun to experience for one time, but I was like,
but if they advertise that they want you to die, and you die, can't you sue them?
You literally are like signing your life away.
Sign a waiver.
They did not make us sign a waiver, but I think it's like it says on the door, like if you step into this restaurant, like you understand that, like
I don't know how legally binding that is.
I don't want people to die in my name and then sue me after they're dead.
There literally have been multiple deaths. I mean, I would assume the family could sue after somebody dies there.
Remember Dick's Last Resort? Do you eat there with us at Christmas a couple years ago? Yeah,
the Dirty Dicks.
The place where they would insult you.
Yeah, they make fun of you the whole time. That place is comparably more innocent in vibe compared to this one.
They didn't. I was not impressed. They didn't hurt my feelings even a little bit. No, to be perfectly honest,
they were not very.
They took it easy on me.
That reminds me of I think a sketch that I think the Whitest Kids did. I think it was them. It was a restaurant, and they would insult you, and I think one.
It's a real restaurant.
I actually didn't know that was a real restaurant. I thought that was just a skit.
Yeah, it's called Dick's Last Resort. I think it's a chain, but the one that I know is at Faneuil Hall in Boston. Oh, I haven't seen the skit though. I love the Whitest Kids or I used to like the Whitest Kids I don't know if they hold up. I don't know if I would still like them.
I'm a pretty big fan of them myself.
I'm sure.
Do they still exist? Do they still do stuff?
Yeah, I know they did something or other recently, and I don't know
what
it is.
They still exist, but I don't think they do the skits anymore.
No, they don't do that show. But I mean, a big part of why I campaigned so hard for this show to be called the PCP was because of the gallon of PCP sketch from the Whitest Kids.
I remember that sketch.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Well, go on, please.
No, you.
No, by all means, you.
I insist.
Please.
I insist.
Oh, but no, I mustn't. I couldn't.
I wasn't done sipping my red stripe at.
Well,
I'm not done. I'm not done with my Summit Gridlock.
It's funny. I think most people would be surprised to know that I'm a big fan of edgy humor. Whitest Kids, and stuff like that.
I would be shocked to find out that.
You should open the show with a pedophile joke.
Yeah. I think I went to
sorry.
I went to the stream, the election stream that Ben did.
That's right. You were in there.
And
on the election night.
It was around towards the end, I think. And you mentioned something strange, at least strange to me.
Yes.
Do you remember?
I told an anecdote.
Hey, you told me somebody told you that the PCP ruined the Gamers Tavern brand by making it more edgy.
Yeah, that's true. Somebody did tell me that they thought that was the case.
I've watched the old gamers, like the oldest Gamers Taverns videos. I remember them all having edgy jokes in them. Like, you bounce between like these really wholesome jokes and then these really edgy jokes sometimes. Like,
yeah. I think you're right. This was not. I mean, this was not. Yeah. I don't know. Somebody told me that, and the reason I remembered it because I was kind of like, wait, what? I don't know. I didn't agree with it, but I thought it was pretty wild, actually.
I thought it was funny because it's like somebody came up with a narrative in their head, and they were running with it. So, I mean, it's not true, but it's funny. It'd be cool if it was true, actually, because it's more interesting than the truth.
I would like to say that I ruined the Gamers Tavern, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can claim that in good conscience, unfortunately.
Hey Ben,
it's kind of dramatic.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much of a brand to ruin.
I think
everybody go fucking subscribe to Gamers Tavern.
I immediately recognize the brown and brown of the Gamers Tavern logo. So I would say the brand is strong. I will say though, at least based on your Discord avatar, I cannot actually read the text on it.
Yeah, I just noticed that. You know, I do everything myself, so I don't have any graphic designers or artists. So I'm not exactly very good at that kind of thing.
I'm sure we can get you a hookup because there happens to be fuckloads of artists in this community and podcast. So if you are interested in having new artwork, just let us know.
I gotta say,
look, Gibbon.
It's pretty unfortunate. I tried to. I'm not logged into my YouTube, so I tried to get to your show. And I googled Gamers Tavern 2 words, and there's a different channel called Gamers Tavern.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh no, it's all one word. So then I searched it without the space, and then 2 came up. There's the Gamers Tavern, which is a different show. Yeah. And then there's yours, which is Gamers Tavern Show.
There's a lot of Gamers Tavern out there. Mine is Gamers Tavern Show.
Gamers
you know,
Tavern
back
Show.
in I came up with Gamers Tavern back in 2003, and
it was a website, right? Before it was a YouTube.
Yeah, the website is gamerstavern.com.
Yeah.
And back then there was only one other person using Gamers Tavern, but now there's like 10 or 15 or 20. And for some reason, all the other Gamers Taverns that exist now are way more popular than I am, even though I'm the original.
I think there's probably. It makes sense to me. It feels natural because I think there's a pretty natural and broad cross section of, like, you know, aging people like my age, your age, who are like late millennials who are reaching the age where they're starting to like craft beer.
He said he started using the name in 2003.
Oh yeah, but he said it's proliferating now. And I don't know. I just the appeal. There's a certain brand of nerd, right? Who's like into craft beer. They're basically just Tycho from Penny Arcade. Is what I'm saying.
I was a big Penny Arcade fan back then. That kind of name would appeal
to, I think.
It appeals to me. I inherently hear tavern and I think, all right.
The ironic thing is,
yeah, exactly. I'm saying it's an appealing aesthetic. Like, oh, what about just a tavern, but for gamers? Like,
yeah, it was an aesthetic choice, but ironically, I don't drink. That's the.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You're the only one not drinking right now, I think, on the show, right, Ben?
Well, I'm drinking. I'm getting high on caffeine and taurine and branched chain amino acids.
I was hoping you were drinking because I was thinking that if we were both
not right now.
If we were both day drinking and being incessantly catty, this show would just be the new Kathy Lee and Hoda. Have you ever watched Kathy Lee and Hoda on the Today Show? Are you familiar with this?
God, no.
I don't know why. I feel like I'm the only person in my entire generation or something who's actually seen this show. Maybe I'm just... Well,
I mean, I know of the Today Show.
Well, there's like an hour of every
who's
morning. I mean, they don't do it anymore, I think. But it was Kathy Lee Gifford and Hoda Kotb, these two ladies in like their late 40s.
Hoda Catbeast?
Kotb. And they would just sit in chairs and get drunk and talk over each other for an hour. And like sometimes it would just like if I like passed out on the couch, I'd wake up and this show would be on. And
oh God, she looks like a bronze Nancy Pelosi.
Sounds like top quality entertainment.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it's definitionally a show that most of the people who I've ever known would not watch, but I enjoyed it. So
it's really fun. Is this a new discovery?
No, I used to. The show's not even on anymore. Like. It's just like I would wake up in the middle of the day and be like, oh, Kathy Lee and Hoda. It's like having a couple like funny aunts who just like a couple of funny wine aunts just babbling about nothing. The show would be literally incoherent sometimes. Like the level of just talking over each other and being drunk. You couldn't even tell what the fuck they were saying. And I was just like, this is better than regular television for me. Like I don't particularly care to hear what anybody's saying. This is much funnier.
You should have started a YouTube channel analyzing Kathy Lee and Hoda.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't think anybody on YouTube has ever seen it.
You should have started with that.
I've never brought this show up to anyone I've known and them have any idea what I'm talking about, even though it's like a show that I assume is watched by millions of people every day. It's part of the Today Show.
But that doesn't sound like a TV show. It sounds more like something you'd see on YouTube.
It is. It was basically a podcast. Like they literally just sat in like elevated chairs at like a bar table, like a little round table, with drinks at like 10 in the morning, and just like get like obviously already have been drinking before the show, and continue drinking through the show. Sometimes getting just utterly plastered, and just like having guests on who are like I don't know. Celebrities from whatever show, they just flirt with them and then fucking talk over them. And like that's it.
It's a bit early to start drinking.
That's what's so great about it. I mean, it's 4:18 right now, almost 4:20. So it doesn't seem early for me to be drinking, but I only woke up like 3 hours ago, so it is early for me to be drinking.
I am not drinking now, but I have been drinking a lot more lately during COVID times.
Good.
I've been drinking a lot of sparkling wine. I don't know why, but I've started my routine on a day that I decide to say fuck it is I go down to my local spirits shop and I buy the two cheapest bottles of Barefoot Bubbly Brute Cuvée that I can
see.
find.
Now this definitely sounds like something that they would be drinking on Kathy Lee and Hoda.
Yeah, it does. Now that you mention it, and
whereas I'm drinking Red Stripe, which is not the most daytime TV.
I can't see Kathy Lee downing a Red Stripe. Isn't Red Stripe? Did they have the ads with like that Jamaican guy?
Yeah, it's a Jamaican beer.
Yeah. Okay.
Jamaican me crazy, man.
And I'll do two bottles in a day. 2 bottles in a day is enough that I'm like pretty blasted and don't remember going to sleep.
How do you like? Okay,
and that's what it's
I'm curious about this, Ben, because you are somebody who gets like blackout drunk, like
sometimes.
Enough times.
Enough
more than once a year, we'll say.
Oh yeah. Oh. Not even close. Yeah.
More than once a month?
Probably not that.
Okay. So like 10 times a year,
maybe once a month.
10 to 15. All right.
5 to 10.
I've only ever been blackout drunk
more this year.
one time on my 21st birthday. And like just like having it happen was so terrifying to me that I've never been willing to let it happen again. How do you?
Why was it scary to wake up and be like, I don't remember what happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like,
I get
well, to
that.
hear, just to have realized that like my fate was completely in the hands of the people around me, and that they were like fairly non-committal in taking care of me. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, even though it was my mom, her friend Victor, and our friend Marcus, and like, Marcus is just like, I don't want to be the one who gets stuck getting cried on tonight. You know, Victor is just like, all of this is annoying and I want nothing to do with any of it. And my mom and her friend are getting high and they're drunk as shit and they don't care. So, you know, and Marcus is like showing me footage on his phone of me like crying and stuff. And my mom's telling me like, oh yeah, we were talking about like buying you a hooker and shit. And I was like, I'm going to go like never do this again.
It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. I'm like, you know, I mean, it is scary. When I wake up and I'm like, I don't remember what happened. Yes, it's scary. It's terrifying. It's a nightmare. I hate it.
Yeah.
But you know, the night before, you know, I'm like, you know, if I drink slowly enough, you know, It's not like I can feel the transition from normal to blackout. It feels like a smooth transition, and I feel normal at the time.
Have you had any like Fliff Night wake ups yet?
Fliff Night wake ups?
Yeah, like the video Fliff Night, like where he's waking
like
up.
when he wakes up next to that Hellcat and Angel, or maybe a demon wearing a human suit.
Just a night as outrageous as what transpires therein.
I had a night. This was like years ago, but I do remember I went to some party and some guy had like some fucking guy in a tweed suit or whatever had like some whiskey that he said was like, oh, this is like such value. This is like, ooh, everyone like try a shot of this. Like this is like, use just like half a shot because this is like a fucking $1 billion bottle or whatever. Like this is like 1,000,000 years old. It's aged in like ancient China or something. And I don't know, we were taking shots of that. And I was probably like sneaking shots of it behind his back or something, because like whatever, fuck it, it's a bottle of whiskey. And I remember like this was just like a fire in someone's backyard, and I remember writhing around.
He's like, this is like a super rare whiskey, and you're like, well, that means I'm gonna drink as much of it as I possibly fucking can.
I should get as much as I can then. Yeah. I did end up on the ground in like the woods next to their backyard, just like vomiting.
Oh no.
That was bad. That was really bad.
Well, that was like the worst. That's pretty romantic.
Thank you. That was probably the worst night of getting drunk I ever had. I'm trying to remember any other fucking flip.
How much does a bee need to drink to get a buzz?
I think. Okay, does Jerry Seinfeld drink in the Bee Movie? Do they get drunk?
I don't know. I never watched the Bee Movie.
Yeah, me neither.
I've only seen Big Joel's Bee Movie video, and I've never seen the Bee Movie, but that video is a masterpiece.
Embarrassing.
No, it's good. It's good. I promise.
Wait, fuck. I forgot. I think I was gonna say something about the previous topic.
My favorite Bee Movie is Bee Movie.
Oh yeah, now I remember what I was gonna say. I need another drink. I'm gonna go get another drink.
You know, it's
I wish I had some Brut Cuvée. I would if I had a bottle of Brut Cuvée, Digi, I would pop it right now. Because we got to celebrate that Joe Biden is the next president of the United States, everybody. We did it. We restored the soul of the nation. Nobody's clapping. Why is nobody clapping? Get hype, guys.
Well,
that was the longest fucking pause.
I was waiting for somebody to say something.
No, nobody's gonna say anything.
But
nobody else is riding with Biden like me.
Yeah, I guess you're the only one.
I guess it's just me. That's a bummer.
But
it's a bummer. You got we have to restore the soul. We have to restore the soul of the nation. Yeah.
Actually, my favorite thing about Joe Biden is something that Trump tweeted about him. I think I don't remember what he was talking about, but at one point, Joe Biden wasn't making many public appearances, and then Trump tweeted, "Joe Biden, more like Joe Hayden."
That is a good one.
So,
I don't remember that one. I feel like I would remember that one, but I don't.
as the pun appreciator, I had to give him a thumbs up on that one.
Yeah.
Hey, Gamers Tavern, you like video games, obviously. Do you like fighting games?
A little bit. I like Smash Bros. And sometimes I play Street Fighter.
Okay.
And then Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear is another one
Yes.
I really like.
Good. That's the answer I needed, because Steam just is having like a big fucking fighting game sale for some reason, and it just so happened. So there's a producer who I've been working with, who I know from Twitter, called David or Fe Gyros, who came to visit the house last weekend to do a lecture on Russell Greer, who is a guy who sues celebrities and he's a fun lolcow. It's a pretty good lecture, but
Sounds like a stand-up guy.
indeed, and he was playing Guilty Gear Xrd. And as I was playing, I was realizing I wanted to switch my main from Slayer to Melia Rage, who had been my backup up until this point, mostly out of a desire to cosplay as her. And then it just so happened, as I was facing the dilemma of, I don't know if I want to hook up my PS4 to play Guilty Gear Xrd Sign when I don't even own Revelator or X2, and then bam, fighting game sale on Steam. So what did I do? I bought all the Guilty Gears, all the BlazBlues, Melty Blood, finally. They're sitting on my wish list for like 6 years. And fucking the Nitro Plus fighting game where you can play as Sayano Uta. No one knows what I'm talking about anymore.
No clue. Absolutely no clue.
In 2018, I built myself a new computer. And I around that time I got Steam and I bought Guilty Gear Xrd, and I played it and beat all the scenarios and stuff. It's pretty good.
I agree.
I was a big fan of Guilty Gear back on the PS2. My favorite was Guilty Gear X2 or XX or whatever. But then I didn't keep up with the series at all until Xrd came out.
I mean, that basically is the next game, because it was just remakes of X2, but with like more shit.
Yeah, actually, the last one I played before I stopped playing Guilty Gear for so long was Guilty Gear Isuka on the PS2.
Yeah,
and
that's the weird one that people don't like.
Yeah, and it sucked.
Is that like the MOBA one?
No, it was on the PS2. It's kind of like they tried to make it more like Smash Brothers, because they had like 4 players. You can play as 4 players, and you can turn left and right. It was very weird, and I didn't like it, and I think everybody hated it.
Nice.
I don't know if that killed the series for a while.
Mixed reviews on Steam, even though it's only $2. I didn't bother with it.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I remember it being pretty bad.
Remember. But yeah. So, but I mean,
Xrd is pretty good.
Xrd and X2 are both fucking god tier fighting games, and the Melia Rage storyline in Xrd made me have some feels. So I was like, cool. I'm
really bad. I'm really bad at fighting games.
I'm not amazing at them, but I'm finally getting to a level where I kind of like understand the theory behind what I'm doing. Like, I learned throughout my youth how to like how to play. Like, I know what kind of character I can play well and how to play that type of character, but I don't really understand what I'm doing. Like I wouldn't be able to explain to somebody like. It's just, oh yeah, I do a lot of jumping and going in and out, like jumping around, go back and forth, in and out. It's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. But like, I'm starting to understand, like, theoretically, what button presses I'm actually doing.
I'm not good at fighting games either, but I I've been playing them for a long time, and I feel like only just now I understand the fundamentals enough, and I'm starting to get slightly better.
Good.
I played oh man, I fucking loved Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the Super Nintendo. That was like a childhood staple.
Pretty dank.
That
was your
that was the
main
one.
in Street Fighter 2?
Jeez, I don't know. I guess I liked
I play Cammy.
I didn't really have a main. I liked spamming the fist with E Honda. I liked spamming the like fire spin with M Bison.
My strategy to spam the Hadoken was Ryo.
No, I could never do the Hadoken. I was like I was so bad I could never do the Hadoken.
That's supposed to be the easiest move to do.
Well, not for me. I did throws. I did the Sonic Boom with Guile because I knew how to do that one.
Yeah, I guess that's slightly easier, but it takes more time.
Yeah, so I did. It's really embarrassing to admit, actually. Yeah,
I mean, I
couldn't do the Hadoken.
I did not understand how to do.
I wasn't good enough to play Ryu. On
like I didn't understand how to do like semicircle moves and all that kind of shit until I was in like my late teens. Like every time I played fighting games, I was just like mystified by the directional inputs because they were usually based on a joystick movement. So like, well, I guess I was playing like N64 games on a joystick, so. I don't know. Also, it would usually say like punch, kick instead of A, B and shit like that. And I just didn't like understand how the buttons correlated to what I was doing. Like it would just always be confusing enough that I would look at the command list and just be like, I don't get it. Until finally at some point I was like, oh.
In Guilty Gear, because I was in like high school and I was playing Guilty Gear and like they had the quarter circle moves, which I understood what that meant. Yeah. But then there were some other moves that had like it wasn't a quarter circle; it was sort of like a zigzag,
yeah, like a Shoryuken.
And that one, so which to me was like, oh okay, so that just means like spaz out on those two directions and hope that it works.
That's the Z motion, which is I think known as a dragon punch motion. It's like when you do the dragon punch or the Shoryuken with Ryu.
The Shoryuken is like. I would consider if you can teach someone how to perform the Shoryuken, then you can teach them how to play fighting games. It's like that just knowing exactly how to do that motion like makes you understand like when I was playing Guilty Gear, I literally think even though I'd been playing this game for like 10 years and I'm fairly decent at it, I'm not sure I had ever really understood that like if you press A while standing still versus holding forward, it does two different moves. And like each one has a different distinct purpose, but to me, my instinct is always to be moving, like to hold the character in a direction that is corresponding to the enemy, not to stand still and press a button because I happen to know that, like, you know, the move will be appropriate for this moment. It's just like instinctively I guide my character towards the enemy. And so, like, I don't even know if I had fully comprehended that I was doing two different moves, but those are the kinds of things you need to know to play fighting games that I think, like, you know, a lot of people have to fight their instincts to figure out.
Well, when I was a kid, I didn't understand how to do any of this stuff. So what I used to do was I would put my fingers on the D-pad and my thumbs on the D-pad and buttons, and I would just rotate clockwise and counterclockwise, and the moves would just come out randomly.
Like you were like massaging it with your thumbs, like going in circles?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'd win that way.
It's not the worst strategy because a lot of students just activate supers all day.
Because they never know what's coming.
Yeah,
they never know what's coming.
Yeah, nobody knows what's coming. Not even I do.
Yeah, exactly. In terms of like, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm good at games, but I can beat games that just require patience. Like something like Super Meat Boy that is basically just like do it over and over again until you learn it. Like I'm good at that kind of thing, and I'm good at like strategy games and like turn-based stuff. Like I'm pretty good at Pokemon and like I'm pretty good at chess for a noob who doesn't actually like know the theory of the game or anything. But I'm really bad at like fighting games. I'm terrible. I'm abysmal at like shooters. I can't fucking do it. Yeah.
When you say shooters, you mean
slime? Obviously, I'm a champion at slime tossing.
Well, obviously.
Obviously, everybody knows that. That's just the thing about me.
I
I'm a fucking Pokemon champion.
I just got a message on Twitter from someone. It says at Digibra. So my fucking job had a fire started in the basement garage at like 1. Thank fuck everyone is fine and I wasn't scheduled till 4, but the fucking place is closed till they deem it safe and shit. That's crazy. I don't know who this person is at all. Why are they telling me this?
Well, I guess that's what happens when
Twitter be wildin'.
I guess that's what happens when you're pretty popular.
Their name is Adam Jensen, which is just the name of the main character from Deus Ex.
This is what a parasocial relationship is all about.
I guess so.
I'm gonna tell you about oh man, trouble at my job.
I just thought it was I was just very strange that they were messaging me and not like their mom or something. Maybe they don't have any.
Did you see the thing on Twitter? It was a new thing going around, the Asian girl saying that Poggers is racist.
I have not. What is
I haven't
this
seen
about?
that.
Well, it's just what it sounds like.
Poggers
it's a thread
British? Isn't it British slang?
No, do you not know what Poggers is?
Well, I actually do not know what Poggers is.
I've
seen it, but I have no idea what it is.
Poggers.
I don't actually
when
know.
Your wife's boyfriend lets you sleep past 8 p.m. That's the top definition. Wife's boyfriend, you have 5 more minutes. Me, Poggers. Poggers, a Twitch emote that may only be seen if you have better TTV installed.
I thought it was maybe a reference to the Pogs. Remember Pogs?
It is a reference to Pogs. I didn't know this. Yeah, it's the face. It's the face of that guy going, "Oh." I guess it's from he said I guess he was playing Pogs or something and he said he was the Pog Champ, and he called himself the Pog Champ. So Poggers and Pog Champ are basically the same thing.
I see.
But anyway, he's an Asian guy, so this thread is this girl saying actually, non-POC people using Poggers in moments of non-POC joy or enthusiasm has a deep racial connotations and is extremely racist and problematic. And obviously, this attracts a huge amount of oh my god, I can't believe this is the discourse now.
Wow, I literally just thought that Poggers was common British slang.
No, it's Twitch slang.
What did I what British phrase am I confusing this with? Don't they have a word that's just Poggers? That's how I've been reading it the entire time. No. I had no idea it was a new meme.
I mean it's not super new.
It's only British if you have a top hat and a monocle.
That's so fucking funny. Anyway, the post turned out to be fucking bait. It wasn't even real, so I got fucking baited. I got had.
Would you say you're a masturbator?
No, I was masterly baited though, which is better. By a cute Asian girl on Twitter. And I say she's cute because she had a little cartoon avatar. And that's cute.
Well, that's good enough for me.
And her pronouns were she, her, and she's bisexual, so that's pretty hot as well. Okay.
So I guess
That's what I have to say about
originally
that.
There was Pog Champ, which is the Asian dude, and he's the older emote. And then recently there's a Pepe the Frog version of his face, which is Poggers.
I think Poggers is just the colloquial version of PogChamp.
Well, I'm just going by what your meme is telling me.
I'm sure there's a Pepe Poggers, but
when it comes to all the new internet lingo, I'm kind of a boomer in that regard. I don't keep up with all this stuff.
When your wife's boyfriend lets you sleep past 8 p.m.
That's a pretty good joke.
It's Poggers know your name. Let me see this rare Pepe.
Rare Pepe.
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't know. There's a Pepe for everything. Love that boy. He's back. We've taken him back. We've reclaimed him. He's wholesome again. Did you see the fucking shit? Listen. I'll keep talking about fucking Twitter drama until someone stops me. Did you see the thing about MovieBob and Lindsay Ellis?
No, but I
This
might be interested.
So you know who both those are.
I know Lindsay Ellis, but I don't know MovieBob.
GamersTavern, MovieBob. Oh God, I fucking.
He's a big fat dude who talks about movies and video games.
As a movie critic, I don't think he's terrible.
Yeah, he's fine. I used to be a big fan of The Big Picture.
There's so much more to him. There's so much more to MovieBob.
He's just very obnoxious. He's the way he presents his whole personality outside of his videos is like just like arrogant and cunty about being like a liberal and stuff. Like
it's that he's a certain brand. He's a certain brand of smug liberal, and he is like self-described. He's like salty about being bullied as a kid. He hates the people that like remind him of the people that bullied him in high school. That's like a big part of his fucking brand. And he's very much like, I mean, not in these words, but he's very much like, fuck poor people. They vote Trump or whatever, like that. He's that kind of lib. And he is very, I mean, didn't DeVue used to say that he was thinking of doing like a lecture on the lore of what was that fucking, was it The Big Picture that had the skits? Remember the fucking skits?
On which show?
I know who DeVue is now, but I don't know what you're talking about.
You're talking about MovieBob skits were on his Game Overthinker show. Yeah.
Yeah, the Game Overthinker. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Game Overthinker skits were like, they were
fucking
like
terrible.
Next level embarrassing.
Unbelievably fucking bad.
It was so bad. And he did them for like years. There's like hundreds and hundreds of them. And he just kept doing it. And I remember people telling him like, hey, I like your movie criticism, but like these fucking skits are cringe and embarrassing and I hate them. And he was just like, listen, they make stop telling me, like, they make the show better. Like, I'm not going to take them, even if everyone hates them. I'm going to keep doing them because like I like them and I think they make the show good. And they like, it's the thing. It's like an even worse version of a guy with the glasses stuff. How like he'll have himself in like various costumes that all play like different roles, and it's like the version of him who is like a nostalgic 90s gamer, and the version of him that is like an 80s like grimdark edgy comic character.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, enough. The point is, there was something. It was. There's backstory. Peter Coffin, who I assume you guys don't know, but Peter Coffin is a lefty YouTuber. He's a big fucking communist. And he's kind of, people criticize him, people say he's like too much of a class reductionist, and he's like, no, I'm not, that's stupid, blah, blah, blah. So there's tension there. There's tension between him and so-called BreadTube, right?
Wait.
And
Peter Coffin?
Okay.
Does he live in a coffin?
He lives in a house.
Sorry, go on.
And one day he fucking snaps. He becomes the Joker. He gets Jokerfied. He can't take it anymore, and he's like, I'm sick and tired of these bougie libs telling people to vote for Biden, and he blocks all of what he perceives as BreadTube, right? He blocks Big Joel, and he blocks Jack Sane, and he blocks Sean, and he blocks H Bomber Guy, and he blocks Lindsay Ellis, and he blocks Jenny Nicholson, and he blocks Thought Slime of all people. Unbelievable. So he does this, and everyone's like, what a fucking nerd. Everyone's like that's pretty dumb. That's a pretty dumb move, like stupid. And Lindsay Ellis makes a comment in somewhere about how like he seems to think that it's a big cabal when actually it's just people that are friends with each other that talk, right? It's like, and Bob replies, MovieBob replies like, I know, right? We're all just pals. And he posts a picture of him and Lindsay, and they're like, he's got her arm around her, and he's giving the thumbs up, and they're smiling. And Lindsay replies like, dude, this is really inappropriate and creepy. Don't post this. The fact that we took a picture together at a con years ago doesn't mean we're friends. I've soft blocked you like 6 times and you haven't got the hint. Please leave me alone. And Bob is utterly destroyed. It's like the greatest. It's like the most horrendous, like a secondhand embarrassment moment of so far of the millennium, I would say. Bob's reality shatters. He too, like Peter Coffin before him, now must go full Joker mode and simply watch the world burn. There's nothing left for him. I don't know. This was all over the place. You guys are listening like totally nonplussed. Like this doesn't mean anything to you, but to me this was earth-shattering.
I'm glad you had a good time.
I had a great fucking time. Fucking MovieBob. Fucking MovieBob, man.
I'm always a huge supporter.
Also, Lindsay Ellis isn't BreadTube. She's a fucking lib. But that's a discussion for another day.
I'm always a huge supporter of enjoying the suffering and misery of others.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I think there's a word
I
for
heard
that.
BreadTube, and then I started reading other comments and lost track of what was being said.
It wasn't even about that. The point was about Bob is a fucking loser who got owned.
I'm not
That's
surprised by that. That seems like something that would happen. Bob is a loser who gets owned.
I mean, it's just like he's a big YouTuber. He is, like, as much as people make fun of him, he's a big YouTuber. Lindsay is a big YouTuber, and generally these people try to maintain a sort of like professional courtesy to each other. So it's like, imagine what it must take to make one of them just straight up tell the other one, like, don't even reply to my fucking posts, weirdo. Like, imagine how much it must have been building up to come to that.
Anytime, I mean, like, I really do think the stereotype of like anyone who's like a guy who's like way too much of like an ally is like probably because like they just like can't make friends or like manage connections. Like they have to, you know, it's like the overexertion to constantly insist upon how righteous you are is like, all right, like, are you assuming that everyone else isn't like accepting or feeling this way? You know, like that, like, I don't know. It feels like MovieBob is somebody who thinks that like almost everyone in the world is like evil and out to get him. You know, and it's like that's only the case because of the fact that he treats everybody that way. You know,
he's very like. There's a tweet of his that says like, oh, I think it was after Trump got elected. He tweeted like, "Don't you ever tell me that I'm wrong to look down my nose at the rest of humanity."
Jesus
or something.
Christ.
It's like,
That's how a
like,
school
yikes,
shooter
dude.
talks, bro. Like,
it is. For real, it is.
Saying that sort of thing is cool when it's ironic.
It would be funny if it was ironic. But unfortunately, it's MovieBob, and you know that he can't do that.
You know, I was surprised. I checked Lindsay's channel recently because I haven't seen anything from her for a while. And I was really astonished. She has, I think, over 1 million subscribers now.
Did she cross 1 million?
I think. I'm not sure.
That's a lot of fucking subscribers. Wait, let me.
Because I first found out her.
She is.
Back when I first found out about her, she was much smaller.
Well, I mean, she was the fucking nostalgia chick, right?
Yeah, that's when I first learned of her.
Ben, why don't we have 1 million subscribers? YouTube. You and I.
What
did we do?
You know, I mean, well, I can. I mean, I can answer that question in several ways, but I do find it interesting to see like who blows up and why, and like it seems like it's always people who
talk about current things when they come out.
I was gonna say it's always people who like you've been hearing about. It's people that you've heard about before, and you've heard about them for a long time, right? And you've heard about them over and over again, and then you finally get around to checking them out, and you're like, oh yeah, okay.
I know
they have 1 million, and I don't know. I feel like it happens through a combination of like successful algorithm usage as well as, I mean, connections are definitely a part of it, right? Like Lindsay is like a well-connected person.
Yeah, but the thing is,
And,
not everybody who's been doing it for a long time gets that super popular because
obviously.
before the Game Grumps, there used to be a ton of Let's Players that were kind of slightly popular, but many of them now are like nobodies. They have, they barely have any subscribers anymore. And
I got into it. Yeah, go on.
I think one of the only old pre-Game Grumps Let's Players that actually managed to get over 1 million subscribers is Shugga Conroy. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I know of him.
But most of his friends who know him and work with him, they still don't even have like 500,000 subscribers, and they're like struggling now.
I mean, is it struggling to have 500,000 subscribers?
Well, some of them are as low as 200,000. So.
I mean, you say that, but that's a lot of subscribers.
Well, the view count matters more. Like I saw,
oh yeah,
there was one Let's Player. I think his name is Josh Jepson from way back in 2006. He still does stuff now. His channel has 200,000 subscribers, but I think he only gets like 2,000 views per video, sometimes less.
It's you know what it is. It's like a centralization thing. Like the big people like attract all the attention, and like people like gravitate towards like the biggest people, and yeah, it sucks up attention. I'm sure that's part of it.
But it does seem a little unfair to see like an old YouTuber who's been doing it for like 10 years, and they just never really they never blow up.
I was arguing on Twitter about this. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Most people agreed with me, but a couple of people didn't. And I said that, like, basically it was like PewDiePie. Like, in my opinion, there's almost nothing special about PewDiePie. PewDiePie is proof that, like, success is basically random. Like, yeah, he did do all the right things to succeed,
really,
but
he's very good looking, and he's
okay. It's
so there's that.
Well, okay. When I say that it's random, it's not that I mean that like he has nothing going for him but succeeded anyway. No, he has things going for him. He's pretty good looking.
Pretty common things that you would think that lots.
Yeah,
of people
he's pretty good looking. He's fairly charismatic, and he posted the right way. He did the things the algorithm demanded of him. Yeah. Right. He did all the right things. But so do tons of people. Tons of other people have all those things and have done it the right way, but they're not PewDiePie. And there's basically no reason for it. I really except, think that people just complete random. I think people
underestimate how important it is to just like have big hits and multiples of them, because your real hit videos are so much more important than any other ones. Like if you have a video that gets 10 million views, that's worth 10 videos that get 1 million views. But not only that, it is more likely to continue getting views than those other ones, because like there is kind of a snowballing effect with YouTube where like my biggest video, the one that has like 3.5 million views, continues to this day to be my best performing video month after month. Like,
I mean, same with me in the Sonichu lecture.
Yeah, it's just the way the algorithm works. It just says like people already liked this, so more people will like this, and
that's kind of the trouble of the algorithm. It just promotes what's already popular.
Right. So I think with PewDiePie, like I remember distinctly that when he was first blowing up, I remember like certain thumbnails that would continually be in my sidebar. So it wasn't like every PewDiePie video blew up. It's like he probably had like 10 or so videos during his big upswing period that were like huge tentpole, tens of millions of view videos that were like every subscriber he earned was from those. And any other video he has is being watched by people who are already subscribed. But like if the video doesn't escape your audience, then it just isn't adding to your subscribers. So like anytime a channel blows up in sub count, it's always because they're riding off of some video that like really took off. And usually in the modern cult environment, if that video is not like at least 20 minutes long, it's not going to leave enough of an impression on people to like subscribe, you know, like.
Yeah, there's always most YouTubers will have like they'll have like one video that does really well, and that's like the start of their career,
pretty much,
more or less. Like I remember Jack Saints was he did the video about how like the straight to video Disney movie Sky High is like fascist propaganda, and that one went pretty viral. And I think that was like he went from like in the 10Ks to like 100K or something for that, and that was like, okay, now we're doing it. And I got the only reason anyone watches my channel at all is because of the Sonichu lecture, which just for whatever reason cracked 1 million, which is like yeah,
good job.
yeah, you're totally right about that.
You were talking about like people who like fall off, and have you heard of the YouTuber Danny Mullen?
No.
So he's a pretty funny and good like man on the street. Like basically him and his team will just like bomb into a town and just start messing with people and like seeing what happens. But he has a very good way of making people like him. Like even though he fucks with people, he will turn it around so that he's the good guy, or like just make people enjoy the experience. It's pretty fun to watch. But he did a video about a YouTuber who had been like an early influence on him. This guy who was called let's see here, what was it? This
reminds me of I think CasMG. Have you heard of him?
Overboard Humor was the name of the guy who he goes to hang out with. This dude who was like an early prank star on YouTube, who had like millions of subs, made a shitload of money, spent it all, fucked up his life, got into drugs, and now he lives in a tent in the woods, and just like
Jesus.
Basically goes around asking people for drugs so he can sell the drugs, because people are more likely to give you drugs than money. So Danny Mullen, who is currently successful and obviously like fascinated with this guy, like goes out to spend 24 hours with him and like try to help him out. Like he goes into it like, I don't know if I'm gonna hate this guy or like this guy, or like want to help him out by the end. And in the end, he does kind of find him to be like kind of pathetic and try to give him a little bit of help. But
wait, how long is this video? Is it like a documentary?
Yeah, it's like 45 minutes long.
I might check that out. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I think you'll like that one. And Danny Mullen's pretty fun in general, but that video in particular. I think
success in all walks of life has a combination of what you do and also luck, being in the right place and right time. And how much luck and how much skill depends on what the market is and what you're doing exactly. And I think on YouTube, there's probably more luck involved than in other fields, but it's not all luck, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, in YouTubing, I think so. Like in some fields, like it's like if you put the work in, you'll eventually get something. On the internet, you might never get anywhere, and it might not even be your fault.
Yeah, that's true. But there are some fields that are almost 100% based on your abilities. Like if you become a professional fighting game player, like a professional Smash player, then how much money you make?
To a certain extent, yes. I would argue that like it's not like just anyone could become like a top level fighting game player no matter how much they practiced. I think you do kind of have to just have like the natural ability to be like a top level player at that. So I think to a certain extent you have to be lucky for that too. I mean you do have to like perform.
I think
but what I mean is how much money you make in that field is directly influenced by how you perform, your performance. There's no like
Sure, yeah, it's true.
outside
I
of your
think that when it
genetics.
comes to
There's no
being-
luck element.
It's
to that.
it's not like you can like win tons of tournaments but like get screwed over by the algorithm or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it with doing creative work is that like quality is irrelevant to success. It's about what people want, and what people want. Like they often don't know that. Like you can't just ask people what they want and then give them that. You have to create something that they will then realize that they want. But like that can be like there's on one level you have to be able to identify. Well, there's identifying what people want, which I don't find to be that difficult. Like I think that if you just observe like what people are already enjoying and then just iterate on that in like a logical way, it's not terribly difficult to come up with something people will want. It's, do you actually want to do that? Like most of the time when people are doing creative work, it's more out of personal fulfillment and like trying to bridge the gap between like how can I make this fulfilling for me and the audience. That's the difficult part. Like making something that just fulfills the audience. Like I think that a lot of the most successful directors who make like really big pop media, the reason they're able to do it is that they just sincerely want to entertain the audience. Like they're like, I want to make the thing that's going to make people go, whoa, the most. And like, if that's the way you feel, then like you're perfect to do that kind of thing. Whereas if you're somebody who's like, I have to get this thing off of my chest and everybody needs to hear it, then it's like you're in a very difficult position.
I think if you want to be like mainstream successful, you have to or it probably helps a lot to be someone who just like really, really enjoys like unironically, like the kind of like, not to say
thing you're making. I mean, everybody kind of tries to make something that is close to what they themselves like, and
I think if you love like really broad kind of like not basic shit, I guess, like really like mass appeal shit, and you're like, fuck yeah, this is cool, I don't care even if I've seen it 100 times before, but this is like a cool thing too, and like I want to make something that's like this thing that everybody already likes because it's what I like. I mean, that's probably pretty good. Like that's probably not going to hurt you. if what appeals to you is also what appeals to the masses.
Yeah, that's a great position.
If what appeals to you doesn't appeal to anyone else, then you're kind of out of luck.
Totally boned. Totally fucking boned.
That's the position I've been in, unfortunately. Is everything that I want to copy is already not popular. So
I'm like, every time I think, I don't know, I can't. I'm in a funk lately because I'm like, everything that I might think, I can't even imagine like finding an idea interesting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can't even imagine like thinking of something. Like say I thought and being like, man, I should like make a project. I should like see this idea through to fulfillment because it would be like it would add something to the world or to culture or people would be interested in it. Everything that I think of, it's like, okay, well I thought of it. It's old. Like, if I thought of it, everybody must know it already. Everybody must be familiar with it. It's boring.
This is a problem of the lockdown, making it so you're not out there talking to people, finding out what they want from you.
I think it's true that lockdown and me not social. I think socializing with people is a big source of inspiration that I don't have anymore, and it's making me depressed. And I need. I think when you're talking and you're bouncing ideas off people, like new people, meeting people and stuff, then you're like, you have a flow of ideas that is like stimulating, and you might have a fucking your fucking neurons might occasionally fire and have a brain blast because of all the random stimulation you're providing with them. But not so for me now. Now my neurons are fucking dead. They're all fucking dead. They're asleep, and I killed them. They went to sleep, and then I killed them in their sleep by drinking too much fucking barefoot bubbly.
Yeah, I was going to say you probably shouldn't have gotten blackout drunk so many times.
Well, it's too late. I fucking did.
But that's why a lot of sitcoms, they have like writers' rooms, and there's a lot of writers in there, and they bounce ideas off of each other. It helps to talk to other people when you're trying to come up with stuff.
Yeah, Ben, write a sitcom.
Okay.
That's actually, I kind of wish I could do that.
You would be an amazing sitcom character, so I think you would write a good sitcom. Also.
I bet I could write for a sitcom pretty well. But like, I say that, but imagining like, okay, I have that idea, and I'm like, yeah, I could probably be a sitcom writer. But then I'm like, what if I like, how stupid would it be if I were to like, what would I even do? Like, I go and I'm like, I know. I'll sit down at my computer and I'll open up fucking Microsoft Word and I will like type like script and go down and start like writing and start like coming up with like dialogue to like what's this like I can't fucking do that. That's so cringe. That's so stupid. I would never do such a thing.
I don't think it's that bad. That's what I do for my stuff.
It sounds horrible. I would die. I would die of shame if I
just
even
draw it as a storyboard and then take the pictures out.
That also makes me want to die of shame. Drawing a comic. Imagine.
No, a storyboard. Do it like rigidly.
That's just a comic. It's just
but like
the same thing.
Layout. Do it with the storyboard layout.
No. I would have to have ideas. I would have to have ideas to do that, and having ideas is fucking embarrassing.
Well,
it's stupid.
Is it?
It's a stupid waste of time. You should kill yourself if you even consider it. I am
going to kill myself right now. Do we have anything else we want to talk about, or should we go to voicemails?
I don't know. How long have we been going? An hour and a half?
An hour and a half, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, we can go to GamersTavern. Do you want to listen to voicemails with us? Or is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we move on?
Yeah, we can go to voicemails if you want. I mean, it's your show.
That's true. Okay. Let me get them. I got them here. I will post them in the general. We will go in order. This one. Here we go. This first one is called Bob Misses the Samurai. Let's start it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. I'm sure this will be horribly irrelevant by the time this goes in. But I just wanted to say that I fucking hate all of the conversations about circumcision. It's super boring.
Yeah, I agree. That's why every single episode I say it's over.
Guy,
stop asking me about it.
It's super boring to know that I might be missing out on extra cool feelings. As a bisexual man, it's so much easier to suck a circumcised dick. It's just easier. As a man,
don't see why or how.
As
maybe he'll explain.
My ex has a kid, and his circumcision was botched, and that fucking sucks.
Yeah,
his dick looks super weird.
That's why you should.
I guess my point is, doctors learn how to do circumcisions and just do it to everyone. Fuck this whole conversation.
Wait, so this guy's pro circumcision?
I think so. He just seemed to think it was easier to suck a circumcised dick, which I don't understand how or why that would be the case.
I don't really get it. I was hoping he'd elaborate, but he didn't. What is...
I'm gonna need another call-in, buddy.
I'm a little curious. He says it was a botched circumcision. Now the dick looks weird. I kind of want to know why. Like what exactly is weird about it?
Well, I'm pretty against this myself. This
circumcision.
Yeah. Agreed. And I think it's unless you have a really good reason to do it, it's better not to do it.
People have gotten frustrated with me for being like ambivalent about it.
But sometimes you gotta pick a side, Ben.
I guess I do.
All right,
let's defense sinning and everything.
Not because we can't talk about circumcision anymore. We have to draw a hard line in the sand.
You're right. I made the rules and I gotta stick to them. Okay, this one is called On Your Recording and Release Schedule. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, so last episode, 2 episodes ago actually at this point, there were like 2, maybe 3 voicemails that were all like based on like running storylines and people's characters who fucked up and weren't up to date on the lore because of how far apart the podcast is recorded and then released.
True.
Between like that gap
caused
Simon? People to miss out.
I don't know.
Developments
is it?
in the lore,
like Simon.
Which is a weird thing. I feel like if you release the podcast a lot sooner, like maybe like 2 or 3 days instead of like
Yeah.
5 days after it was recorded,
okay, yeah,
right?
okay, that's
More
over. Yeah.
cohesion
Oh,
in that.
if you just worked harder, if you just worked
Yeah,
your
if
editor
you
harder,
just
the problem would be solved.
Made it
Tell-
so the podcast was shorter and had less moving parts, and had fewer things to edit it. I don't know.
Listen,
like it takes
yeah.
days.
Looks like you're getting some
People have lives. We don't
in
pay
a
our
per- in a
editor a living
constructive
wage.
criticism.
in a perfect world, yeah, the podcast would come out immediately, but it's not going to. So, you're just gonna have to deal with it. Listen, I would advise people that want to make PCP canon, just wait until the episode comes out on Friday. Just send your voicemail over the weekend.
I don't understand anybody who thinks that their problem with the show will be solved through a voicemail rather than through sending us money. Like, sending us money is the only way. It's like, you want things to come out faster? More money. It's the only way that's going to happen. You have to grease the wheels. If we were making enough money to release this, like, remember back in the Pony days when we used to fucking get our videos out within like 2 hours of the show airing? We have like a fully edited analysis video, like 2 or 3 hours after the show aired. Why? Because it made a lot of money.
Because it made the money.
Just put your request on the money itself. Write it down on the dollars.
Yes, put the money in the hand, and all your dreams will come true. All right.
If enough patrons unionize and say we demand certain things of the show. I mean, you have power. You just need to have solidarity.
Power.
You just need to have solidarity and wield it against us.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is called The Irish Samurai, and there it is. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Konnichiwa. This is the Irish Samurai.
Oh my god.
I heard from Agent E, a very, very scary, but very professional lady, that Benno Santo-san might know something about my fallen brother, the Kawasaki Samurai, Samurai Sama. I heard that he died, and that it's your fault, that you refused a birthday cake, and then he killed himself.
Yeah.
This can't be forgiven, Benno-san.
I've listened.
I say,
I'm
if you
familiar
want to
with the
make
lore,
amends,
yes.
you should give Agent E your brain. Yes, I know about that. She told me that too.
Not...
You see, the new podcast ain't out yet, but I heard. She told me, and that's what she wants from you. She wants your brain.
I know.
I would say give her your brain. It's the only way to make amends at this point. You're a fucking idiot if you don't give her your brain.
Right.
I'm sorry if this is a little disjointed. I usually write
that's
a script.
it. Yeah, no.
This time,
good try.
I didn't understand any of that.
I mean, that's just an opinion. It's just an opinion. But what's your case? But what's your actual case? You have no argument. You have no argument. That's not an argument. Not an argument. Where are the facts and logic? They're nowhere. Okay, next one is called Cross. Wait, hold on. Here it is. It's called Cross. My 2 cents on No Nut November. 3, 2, 1, go.
I do No Nut November partially for the memes, but also because I find that it really helps my creative motivation. Like, I did it 2 years ago, and during those 30 days, my skill at drawing anatomy got noticeably better because my thought process was like, I'm not going to jack off to porn, so I guess I'll just draw it. And then I drew just endless number of tits. By the way, Team Mommy Milkers for the win.
Yeah,
and then
true.
last year, a similar thing happened with my writing ability because I started writing smut instead of reading it. And then again, like, I noticeably improved.
This is
plus, it's just like a unique experience to have, like, to see how you would react not masturbating for the entire month. And then, like, if you're successful, it's nice to know that you could, like, just not, like, stop masturbating just, like, right now if you wanted to. Not that, like, masturbating is bad at all, though. I don't know.
Okay,
hopefully that makes sense. I'm really tired.
Sure. I mean, okay, I totally get that, like, if you're not masturbating, you might be more productive. That makes perfect sense to me. What's weird about it is that, like, why would you draw, like, porn? Why would you write porn? To me, like, not masturbating would just make me do, like, I would do anything but that.
Yeah, that is pretty weird.
Yeah, I would think the same. That would make
like
it
that
really
would make
because if you did that,
that
it
would
just
make me
want
that would
you-
make it worse. That would make November worse.
That would make it way worse.
Agree.
I would want to. Yeah, I don't. That's. I'm like 80% with you, but that last 20% is fucking.
Although at the same time, the hardest part about drawing porn is that you get too horny and have to go jack off. So maybe if you can't, then it makes it easier.
I don't draw porn, so I don't really know. But like most of like the porn artists that I like follow on the internet, most of them seem to say that they don't jack off to their own shit, which is like. Which is weird to me, because it's hot, and because it's stuff I think is hot, and I'm like, man, I bet they're fucking jacking it, because I sure am. But they're like, nah. They're like, nah. I draw this dispassionately. This is just a paycheck for me.
Maybe you have to have that to be able to draw porn.
Maybe you do.
All right.
Okay. The next one is. Wait, did we just listen to this one? I'm lost. Okay, yeah. This one is called Fraud is Real. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Wikipedia changed the definition of president-elect. Yeah, they changed it. Before it said something like, oh, the president-elect isn't selected if it's disputed. They're not like considered the president-elect. But they changed it. They removed that line. Weird. Weird. A lot of voter fraud stuff.
I mean, I don't care what Wikipedia
already
does.
Don't care anymore. Can we move on to the next one?
Yeah, this guy sucks.
Boring.
This guy used to be funny, but now he just like makes these like unironic what's the word?
Political
like right wing like political diatribe voicemails, and like it's pretty tedious, honestly.
All right.
Next one is It All Comes Full Circle. There. 3, 2, 1, go.
I used to watch T-Bat, but stopped because I lost interest in ponies.
Boo.
I then independently discovered Best Guy Ever and Ben Saint, and only after getting into the PCP did I realize that they were T-Bat. Pretty wild. That'd be like if I didn't know Give and Take and Hypocrite were the same person.
That's what happened to me initially.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like
just talking about that.
Wait. That's not. Wait. Sorry. Did I miss it? Did you say that you watched T-Bap?
No, he did not know that Hippo and Gibbon were the same person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna be like, wait a minute, did you watch T-Bap? That would be fucking crazy. That's funny. I mean, that's a weird comparison. If I was gonna say, I would make the comparison. I would be like, that would be like if I was watching Game Grumps and I didn't realize that Aaron was the sequelitis guy, or something. I don't know. Yeah. It's funny to use. It's funny to use like Hippo for that. I did it again, to use Gib for that, because like I don't know, Gib is as small and insignificant as the rest of us.
Next, on a small side note, I didn't actually mention this last time, but the early Game Grumps with John are huge inspiration to my channel, actually.
I mean, same. To this whole podcast for sure.
I liked the John episodes. I liked the early Danny episodes. I don't listen to them anymore. Same. I don't like John anymore. I think JonTron is a fucking asshole.
I haven't listened to them in a while either, but I think the John episodes are still pretty good. I actually still go back to them for inspiration.
I believe that. I believe it. I haven't watched. I don't know. I like trying. I had a period where I binged Game Grumps for a while. It was a time I was pretty depressed. Probably the second most depressed I've ever been in my life. Second only to right now. It was a dark time. So I think it kind of makes me like not.
Are you the
want
most
to
depressed
that.
you've ever been in your life right now, Ben?
Yeah, probably. Probably getting there.
You don't seem the most depressed I've ever seen you.
Have you seen me more depressed, like visibly, like noticeably?
Well, I don't see you lately, so maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know what you physically look like.
I don't know. I thought every year, doesn't it make sense? Every year would be the most depressing year of your life because you're older.
don't.
It wasn't
Yeah,
working
that's-
that way for me. My adulthood has been better than my teen years. So for a long time, I felt like every year was getting better.
I mean, I look fine. I look fantastic. I posted a selfie on Twitter today, and there's everybody loves me.
All things considered,
I'm lifting again. I'm lifting again. That's pretty good.
Like
but on the inside, I'm crying.
2020 is definitely worse in every conceivable way than 2019 for me, which is probably true for almost everybody on planet Earth. But I feel like I did not get it as bad as most people did. Like, for most of the coronavirus going on, I was feeling like, wow, I feel like this has had less of an effect on me than almost anybody else. Eventually, the effects, the long-term effects of the entire world being shit for like months started to finally take its toll. But I'm hopeful for the future.
I feel like I don't feel like I feel similarly in that coronavirus directly affected me less than most people. So, but I feel worse in a way because I feel like I personally failed to use the coronavirus time effectively. I feel like I fucking fucked it up and squandered it.
I don't think there was anything you could do. I think we were all fucked.
I just think I could have done a lot more with the time.
Maybe.
I feel like I could have gotten my shit done a lot faster, and I could have been doing other stuff. I feel like I could have been streaming these past several months, and it probably would have been a good time to do so.
Nobody has any money to give you. Like, everybody's fucking broke. The world is fucking broke. Like,
who knows how much longer this is gonna last? So you might still have plenty of time.
Yeah,
I guess you're right. I guess it's true. I could try and turn it around at any time, but like, I probably just should try to do that.
Yeah, well, let's listen to the next voicemail. So
we
can move on with their own lives.
Next one is Agent E. 3, 2, 1, go.
Konnichiwa.
Oh no.
Benno Sento-san.
Sorry, it's more lore.
This is Agent E. I heard that you were contacted by my, we'll say, colleague.
Irish Samurai, yes.
The Irish Samurai.
True.
As you can no doubt tell, there are many moving pieces in this story.
There's too many, frankly.
And it is your story, Ben. And so, you must decide, are you its protagonist or its antagonist? Will you do what is right?
No.
And give us your unique brain?
I will never do what is right.
Or must we use force
Stop
to
asking for my
acquire
brain.
it?
You play
Now,
Last of Us.
You may be wondering,
You don't give him the brain.
if your memories of the samurai are false, then who was calling for 2.5 months? Why does he seem to remember you? And whose dead body do we have? And to be honest, those are all fair questions. Doesn't make any fucking sense, come to think of it. The samurai both exist and not exist.
You gotta just pull the trigger.
Oh my god, no! What? But how? The samurai? His.
Konnichiwa.
Oh, okay. Yes, the Necronomicon. Yes, of course. The
fuck are you?
The red herring. It was Chekhov's Necronomicon has come back in full effect.
Next up. But until next time. Sayonara.
He said it! He's back, everyone. He's back. Feels good.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Ah! All right. Next voice. The wheels keep on turning. The cogs of time.
The wheel of fate is turning.
Grind
one.
endlessly. Is that Guilty Gear?
Yeah.
Nice.
Probably.
Next one is...
Actually, Guilty Gear is Heaven or Hell, Duel 1. BlazBlue is the wheel of fate.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I knew it was something.
Blaze
it was one of those weeb games. Next one is called The End. 3, 2, 1, go.
Konnichiwa. Samurai-sama. Get lost on way to Benno. At Begeru Shop with a logo. Look like Gotzi. Not know where go from.
Goldilocks, you go forward.
Who are you?
Go forward and take a right.
Stay dead, it's time, damn fool. Yo, this is Mr. T. Agent E told me to wait outside. And from outside, I heard everything. And, well, you get where this is going, right?
No.
Anyway,
Look,
I don't.
we wrapping it up right here. Phase 2 had grander design. We was gonna team up. Samurai was gonna jump through realities. Agent E would be the villain. All of that. But Cassidy, she got more important things to be worrying about right now. So we cutting it right here. Alright? I'm gonna go kill that Irish guy. Then I will be the only loose end left. And then I will have to die. Like, you ever seen Terminator 2?
What a shame.
You know what I'm talking about.
We'll miss you, Mr. T.
So, anyway, look, I've always wanted to see this. Until next sayonara time. Wait, I fucked that up. And I haven't got enough time to correct myself. God damn it, no.
The curtain closes on a grand drama.
Wait a minute.
We've seen play out
I forgot to mention
before
this
our
before.
very eyes.
I forgot to mention this, but the last guy said he was Irish, but he didn't have an Irish accent.
No, the other guy. It was the other guy. The first guy was the Irish guy.
Yeah, but
and he was Irish and Japanese, I guess. He had like a double accent. It was fucked up.
That's weird.
It was fucked up. Next one. The greatest utility known to man. 3, 2, 1, go.
So you're jacking off.
Yeah.
And you come, and you're like, oh, I have to clean up all this cum. But
so much,
what you can
right?
do is you can, if you have a foreskin, you can pinch it closed, and it contains the cum. And then you can just drop it off the nearest
safe deposit
receptacle,
box.
And then rinse off your
In
dick.
the nearest jar with
And
a
then it's
rarity
like,
figure in it.
There you go. It's useful. And there's utility to it. Everyone should have one.
Die.
Even women.
Die. Just die.
But that's
Just
useful
fucking
advice.
Die. It's not. It's not if you're a fucking goy. Wait, no. Goys are uncircumcised. Not if you're one of God's chosen. Yeah, there you go. Next one is Liam, From Bad to Worse. 3, 2, 1, go.
It is time to have only a bad...
Oh, it's horrifying noise.
Okay, I'm skipping ahead. Okay, it keeps going. Okay, thanks for the voicemail, Liam. Love you, baby.
I would sample that, and maybe in another context, it might be a noise song.
I fucking dare you. I dare you to do it. Next one is called "How to Delete Bad Voice Call," and a lot of us could stand to learn this.
And that would be really
3, 2,
useful.
1, go. Okay, thanks for your call.
Jesus Christ.
Thanks for that.
Fucking hell.
Next one. Wait, I gotta fucking post it here. Next one is called Random PCP Prisoner. Oh god, I'm one of them. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, I just have a simple question. Have any of you ever read a book called The Inner Game of Tennis? It's about how to improve at things, and it's pretty good. Kazi touched on some of the ideas. I highly recommend it if you haven't read it. And if you have, what are your takes? After reading it, I literally got better at everything I did, and it's literally great. I'm a missionary in Africa, building churches instead of giving you food. Die. Anyway, oh god, I just realized I'm the one leaving the shitty voicemails now, so my only choice is to wrap a sheet around my neck, Jeffrey Epstein myself, fucking lean forward, produce 500 pounds of pressure just by leaning forward really fast and ending my life. So I'm gonna do that now.
That's the trick.
I feel like there's two types of PCP voicemailers. There's like the ones who do three types. There's the ones who do a character, the ones who sound like they're drunk, and the ones who sound like Munchie.
Which one was
that? Was
which
a
one
Munchie one. Just like the
Yeah.
nonstop.
Oh, yeah, I
burst,
remember Munchie.
Like trying to cram everything into one complete sentence, 136-second burst of words and energy.
She really tries to keep hers concise, and
I appreciate it as well. I mean, the Munchie like ones are the best ones because they talk fast. And...
You know what? Thanks for valuing our time.
Indeed.
But I have not read The Inner Art of Tennis. Is that what it was called? No, but I'm glad that it made you
I haven't
a
read it
powerful
either.
African missionary.
Thanks for valuing our time, but we don't value your time.
No, get fucked. Next one is called Imagine Being Gay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Those retarded nateheads still crying cause their daddy left. Baby, come back. You can owe me. I was wrong, and I just can't live without you.
Baby, come back. Imagine, just imagine being gay. That gay, I can't do it.
I can't either.
Next one is called Yet Another Voicemail About Fora Skin. God,
We don't have to play it.
I do. 3. I have to at least hear them out. 3, 2, 1, go.
The upsides are negligible. The downsides are negligible.
It's not true.
It really doesn't matter. I don't understand why so many people have such strong feelings about this.
Okay, yes, I agree. Wait, what do you mean it's not
now,
true?
for me,
Well, the downsides aren't negligible if they fuck it up.
I probably wouldn't get my kids circumcised.
Oh,
just because
if they botch
needless
it,
procedure, and like it's just a weird cultural thing that only the United States and like a handful of other countries do.
The downsides are negligible.
That being said, if it continued
okay, we've been over
for
this. No
like
more.
a long time,
I don't understand why people feel the need to throw in their 2 cents and then say the same thing that everyone else already said.
I agree. Like the first couple weeks, I attributed it to like
It's just
people.
like, I have an
not
opinion
having...
too. It's the same as the last guy. It's like, okay.
The first couple weeks, I attributed it to people not having heard the latest episode because they hadn't come out. But now it's been like 5 fucking weeks, and like you should know better. You should really know better than to send another voicemail about circumcision. Speaking of which, the next one is called Cross, not an argument for or against circumcision. 3, 2, 1, go.
There is a medical condition called phimosis, which is characterized by the inability for the foreskin to retract off the head.
Shut the fuck up. We've talked about it. I've mentioned phimosis in discussing circumcision. You fucking moron. Cross, you're in the fucking voice jail. You're in fucking voice jail. I'm saying it. You're done. You're dead. You're out. You lose. You get nothing. Good day, sir. Okay. Next one is called Biden COVID shoplifting Digi-trans now circumcision.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Wait a second. If Nate is gone, and Maish is gone, and Monchi is gone, and Ben is a cock, then who's driving the PCP? Also, it is scientifically proven that it only counts as a circumcision if the balls touch.
Well, I'm convinced.
Next one is called Mother's Basement. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm gonna sip some Mountain Dew for comical effect. Hi, I'm Mozilla Fennegan, and this is my application for the replacement to be Goof Thu, or whatever the fuck his name is. So I hear you're looking for a replacement. So let me tell you why I'm the guy for the job. All right. So I analyze anime openings on my YouTube channel. Now, don't look for it. Don't look for my channel. Don't go there and find out that I only have like 2 videos about anime openings and that I don't make videos anymore. That's not. I just like talking about anime openings. You know, that's all that matters. And just like Mr. Geoff, I also come from Reddit. In fact, I'm currently part of a podcast called the R Anime Podcast. I know, based name. We're also
although now he's talking like 3 times faster than
not
Jeff is
Crunchyroll,
capable.
But whatever, fuck Crunchyroll. We're sponsored by High Dive, and we shove it in our audience's faces at every opportunity,
Which is awesome.
letting them know that they can get a 30-day free trial at highdive.com/LP/RE2020,
actually, like,
and you can
doing
watch cool
an
anime
ad?
like Atomic Market and Made in Abyss, 2 completely identical anime. And I
Wait,
even
is this
have
a- is this a
my own
bit?
basement. I mean, it's not my mother's basement, but like he doesn't even live in a basement anymore, so fuck him. I win this argument. And there are a couple things I don't have. You know, I don't have an E-Thought GF with fake boobs, but you know, maybe someday if I make more anime OP analysis.
No, fuck off. Next one is called also Mother's Basement. I can't wait. 3, 2, 1, go.
I wasn't fucking done. I wasn't. I wasn't even fucking finished. I didn't even mention the best part, which is that just like whoever the fuck we're talking about, I don't even have to show up to the podcast. You know, like I don't even have to be on the fucking podcast. You can just be like, hey, remember that guy who was on the podcast one time, which I have been on the podcast one time.
That's
amazingly.
it. You fucking got me, Mozilla. Fuck off. Fuck you. Well played. Don't ever fucking talk to me or my son ever again. Next one is called I Got COVID. I think this might be someone in the comments of the last episode said they had COVID, which is they said they can't tell it, smell or taste anything.
Oh no,
it's pretty fucked up. Well, let's hear it. 3, 2, 1, go.
So just to give you guys some background, I am a college freshman. I take a COVID test every week. I wear a mask. I do what I gotta do. So to start the story, I'm hanging out with some friends, playing some Super Smash Bros. As you do.
As you do.
When suddenly this kid gets a phone call saying that he tested positive for COVID. I'm just sitting here thinking, fuck, this means I have COVID too. Like I just ripped his bong 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I let him have a sip of my water. So I probably have COVID. Like this is wild. I'm going to have to buy the shirt, right?
You gotta buy the shirt. If you get COVID, you have to buy the shirt.
So I'm an artist. I've recently decided to drop out of college and maybe go to art school.
Don't go to art
What do you guys
school.
think about
You're
art school?
already an artist. Just
I think it's
just
a good
do
idea,
art.
bad idea.
You don't have to be taught. You
I'd
just
appreciate
copy
your
what other
perspective.
people do.
Anyway, love the show. Love you guys.
This voicemail wasn't even about COVID.
Stay up.
This voicemail was just, should I drop out of school? I don't fucking know.
Well, first of all, I have an idea for you guys.
Do drop out of school, but don't go to art school.
I have an idea for your
I
shirt.
What about the shirt?
You should modify the shirt, the COVID shirt you have, to say, I have COVID, and then under it say, I'm the reason people are dying.
You mean combine the two?
Yeah.
Into a single more powerful
It's
shirt.
a high power. It is
Yeah, exactly.
Just buy both shirts. Cut them in half and then like
stitch them onto each other.
And stitch them together so it's one on the front,
It'll
one
be
on the
more
back.
artful that way. More
It'll
creative.
be you put your own little
You'll get more praise.
Your own little twist
more
on
praise
it,
from
yeah.
us.
People ask, "Wow, where'd you get that shirt?" You can say, "I didn't make. This is one of a kind."
Yeah.
Nobody has a shirt like this. Next one is called "For Batman, Love Joker, Jelly Beaner." 3, 2, 1, go.
I did it because I crave to be in your batsuit. Rachel is the sweetest and kindest girl in Gotham. I imagine she smells like oil drums and gunpowder. Your mansion, your girlfriend, your life. I want to be you. I crave to be you. And for that brief instant, I was inside your Batcave with your butler. In that moment, I was the Batman. And it was beautiful.
Wow.
Okay.
That took me on a journey.
You know, that sounded
voice.
awfully familiar.
Yeah.
It sounded like Dan Harmon.
I can't quite place it. It was Jelly Beaner. I think he was in jail. I don't remember. I don't know. Fuck you, Jelly Beaner. Good production on that voicemail.
Yeah,
I'll
sounded
approve
nice.
it. Next one, Anarchy 2002 music video, but MP3. 3, 2, 1, go.
3, 2, 1, go.
That's me.
3, 2, 1, go.
Stop.
3, 2, 1, go.
Please.
3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. I don't know what that means. 3, 2, 1, go.
What a banger.
That was great.
What a trip.
That's what I've been hearing
Next one.
all this time.
God, is that what I sound like? Just kidding. I know that's what I sound like. Next one is called Why You Shouldn't Fap. 3, 2, 1, go.
The fuck was that? Did we just get skeeted on? Like,
yeah.
That almost sounded
Fuck
like
yeah.
a Jesse bit.
I didn't consent. I didn't consent to that. No. But unfortunately, I've already filled my jail quota for the day, so you're free to go, Mr. Fap, sir. Okay. Oh God. Last voicemail is called "I win the circumcision debate," so everyone shut the fuck up. We'll see about that. 3, 2, 1, go.
Long ago, I gave birth to a baby boy of my own. I didn't think about getting him circumcised, but the psychotic doctors insisted that they cut up his little Pee-wee Herman. I wasn't comfortable with it, but the doctor said he must lose his foreskin. It's the only way he survives.
It's true.
But then,
It's
my
true.
precious baby boy stopped sucking on my fat, milky, motherly titties, looked the doctor straight in the eye, and said, "Doctor, I don't want to be circumcised. Studies have shown that there is little to no improvement in a boy's health due to circumcision. This is practically child mutilation and nothing more. Please, doctor, don't take my foreskin away." All the doctors in the room clapped, and I was moved to tears. My son was not circumcised, and then he lived a happy, healthy life. And that boy's name was Joe Biden!
Oh,
Well,
USA.
I thought it was a wholesome story, and then it turned out
This
to be a
message was
story
approved
about
by
a
Joe
child
Biden.
rapist.
And it was hot too, because it had mommy milkers in it.
Yeah.
That story had something for everyone.
It was pretty good.
I feel good now. You know what? I was depressed, but now I can face the day again. It's turned it all around for me. I got a new lease on life. Woo! We made it. We made it to the end. We listened to every fucking voicemail again. We did it again.
You know, I used to think you screened these before you listened to them first.
Someone
we used to back when a fascist was in charge, but now it's anarchy, baby. Now the people decide.
I see.
Anyway, how are we feeling? Vibe check.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Make it die.
Make it die.
I'm hungry.
Gamers Tavern.
Yeah.
Will you wanna say anything before we log off forever for this episode?
Yeah. Go to youtube.com/GamersTavern Show and subscribe. And
We didn't plug you enough.
yeah, and
I will say at the last minute. We talked about your channel more the last time you were on, when you were a guest before. If you want just to hear,
if you want to hear like basically all the jokes that Gamers Tavern was making throughout this show, except it was just those jokes wall to wall while you watch him play video games.
Wall to wall those jokes while he plays like Sonic the Hedgehog or
Kirby.
Awesome Possum or whatever.
I think you mean
Kirby
Rocket Knight
2.
Adventures.
Yes, I do mean Rocket Knight Adventures. Yes, that's what he's got.
You can also go to
and
GamersTavern.com
recommended.
to read reviews and articles.
Right. Yes.
I've written over 500 reviews.
Oh my god.
That's a lot of
I saw
goddamn
you.
reviews.
What was the one you posted one recently that had a slime in it?
Yeah.
Or no, you posted a picture of a slime,
Right.
and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And you linked to the article, your review of the game. What was that game?
It's called Smart Ball for the Super Nintendo.
Smart Ball. I'd never heard of it.
Oh, now you have.
But I like slime.
You can also follow me on
like
Twitter at Gamer Tavern without the S.
Gamer Tavern. All one word, no underscore.
Yeah.
Based. Okay, and
Patreon.com/the Procrastinators to get bonus episodes.
That's right. To hear all the cut content. You heard we cut out the content. We're gonna paywall. It's the only way. Okay, buy a shirt. Subscribe, ring the bell. Bye.
Yeah.